Yo, what is up boys, and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be focusing on a game called Flashing Lights Police Fire EMS. A lot of you guys probably haven't heard of it already, and you know, on this channel I normally try to bring you guys, I guess, games which you might not know about, which you might not be interested about, and just tell you a bunch of information, leave some links in the description and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video on a game called Flashing Lights. If you have heard of this game before, I don't know, let me know, but I'm sure most of you probably haven't. And it is one which I am very excited for, and it is coming out, as you can see right here, to Steam Early Access on May 18th of 2018. So we're just going to be talking about it, looking at the screenshots, looking at information below on the Steam page, talking a bit about its history and development and all that kind of stuff, and like I said, leaving any relevant links in the description. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this game though, if you think it is something which you're interested in. I still don't really know what people like about, you know, the content that I make primarily, Arma Free Life, but it does seem like this does a lot of those elements a lot better. Some of them will of course be a lot worse, but since it is called Police Fire EMS, not only do you have the cop faction, which will be doing things like giving people speeding tickets, arresting people, as you'll see in some of these videos later on, but also you do have the possibility of playing as EMS and also fire, and all these are very detailed factions where you can actually, you know, connect a pipe or a hose to the hydrant on the street. You can use this and obviously extend the part of the fire truck, and as EMS you can go ahead and inspect people, you can put them on strollers, put them back in your ambulance, live in the hospital, etc, etc. A lot of information on this game is kind of old. I don't know how old a lot of these screenshots are, but you'll notice the videos that I'll look at in a second are mostly like 6 months old. They did actually start off trying to fund this game through Kickstarter. Honestly, I'm not really sure why, considering it was even by the publisher Excalibur Games, which don't really seem to be like they're not a no-name publisher, basically. I'll show you in a second, but they're a big publisher. I don't know why they started Kickstarter, but it didn't end up getting funded, and they did end up saying basically it's cancelled, but they are still going to be releasing the game, and obviously we know now the game is going to be released on 18th of May 2018, which is very, very soon. This is their official website right here, which is actually called contactsales.co.uk for some reason, which isn't a very good website name. But yeah, so I don't really know what happened for Kickstarter, not gonna lie, because it was a while ago. It got cancelled on September 27th, but it is gonna be coming out to Steam Early Access very, very soon. So I could just go through these videos right here and show you these, and obviously it will highlight a decent amount of the game. There's some things which I don't know about the game. For example, is the civilian / crime faction actually playable? I actually don't know whether that's true or not. I'm sure you could probably find it somewhere on the internet, but they are currently doing like a closed alpha kind of thing, so that kind of information I'm sure is possible to be found, and there's people playing it right now and making sure that is going to be good for the Steam release on May 18th. But this little trailer right here shows you some of the three factions of police, fire, and EMS, and obviously we do see a bit of a cop chase as well. So what the cops can actually do seems to be more detailed than I've seen in any game already. If you guys like these kind of games like I do, the only other game right now which has been developed as like a standalone game, really, which does this is Identity. Identity has a massive scope, and honestly, I don't know how that's going to work out. It's been released, I believe, later on next month. It's got delayed a bunch of times. But it's nice to see some of these features actually physically working in the game, seeing a cop chase and seeing how the car physics and all that kind of stuff works. You get to see the guy with the speed gun, so obviously those are a thing in the game. You get to see the EMS, you know, putting a little dumpster fire, and also a house fire and all that other kind of stuff, which I'm assuming if there is a actual civilian / crime faction, that they will be able to have a decent amount of fun as well, with drugs and car chases and setting fires and whatever else. I don't know how all that's going to work. One thing which I do hope that this game has, which I really don't know, although there's a lot of videos online, there's nothing which is really pointed in this direction, is voice over IP. I think this game would be amazing for roleplay. You can actually see the price of its release right there, $14.99. But this game I think would be really, really good to have some form of voice over IP in it. This is the developer right here. Just because, I don't know, it's a good kind of game to roleplay with, you know, with having different factions interacting in some kind of way. I don't think there's anything too interesting in this, but we can go ahead and look at all the different assets which I've got prepared in my tabs right here. I did come somewhat prepared, although this video is not edited. I still wanted to give you guys a decent amount of information, so I'm sorry if I'm useless. But obviously 18th of May is when it's coming out, 47 days. You can pre-order it right now on Excalibur Games' website, which is the publisher, which I've got their website prepared right here. In case you want to know who the hell are they, these are the websites of the games they've published on Steam. I have actually played Jalopy on my channel before, which I like this game quite a lot. It was kind of like a cops or like a civilian kind of game where you can do crimes and stuff, but it did actually come out of early access a few days ago. You can see 28th of March, which, yeah, it's 2 days ago. So that game ended up turning out very well and was a big success, which is cool. And they have published a bunch of other games which you might know, like so a lot of sim games like Euro Truck Simulator. It isn't on this page right here. I'm guessing because it was like a specific region they published it for. Because obviously some publishers only like publish in Europe, some only publish in NA, stuff like that. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, we've got a nice website. Mentioned Flashing Lights over here. I guess is their new game we're trying to show off. So it's not like there's some random developer who's just going to make a shit game and then run off with the money. So I am hoping for decent things for this. I did reach out to a publisher. If they didn't answer my email, that upset me greatly. But maybe it's because I sent it to a wrong email. I'm not sure. I sent another email to press@excaliburpublishing.com. Hope you'll get a response from that. I was hoping to get into the alpha to give you guys some more information because I have known about this game for a while now, but unfortunately, I'm not in right now. I did want to show you the Kickstarter reveal trailer as well, since it does show a bit more action, just which is different to the Steam trailer page. This was made, you can see right here, or you can't see because my face is in the way, August 31st, 2017. But obviously you can see this is multiplayer because you can see the names above the different officers' heads. We will show you the cuffing and like more specific things on each of the factions in just a second. You really don't see too much in the trailer because obviously there's too much to show, so there's really not much of a point of actually continuing to show you this. Let's just go into specifics and show you some stuff. So you can see right here, we've got some firefighter gameplay, which does actually have a voiceover you can hear.
There's a large fire in town.
There's a large fire in town. So we've got Timothy here. He's going to get his little truck. He's going to go and hop into it. One cool thing is you can actually open doors and close doors just like you can do in a lovely Arma mod you guys might know. Arma Free Project Life. You also just smashed that over for some reason. That was a bit of a fuck up. But yeah, you can see the game. It runs beautifully. I'm recording this in 60 FPS. This video's in 60 FPS. It's a very simple looking game. It's one of the big things which sucks about Arma, although it can have a lot of flexibility with the massive maps and being able to make mods like this. It does run like shit, but it's nice to see this does run pretty good. Something you'll see that every single faction can do with their vehicles is they can access their vehicles for things like, you can see in this case, water hoses, for the stroller if you're on EMS, so that way you can go ahead and pull that out the back and put someone on it. And these things do actually have unlimited length right now, which is kind of weird, but still, it works, and it's just cool to see that there is a fire faction. And you can play this not only on multiplayer, but also single player. Which I kind of honestly would have hoped that they would just focus on multiplayer, make it a good experience, have some voice over IP, that kind of stuff. But I think this is pretty cool, right? But that's Firefighter. No one cares about that. Let's go look at some police stuff, right? So this one wasn't uploaded by the official developer. This channel right here, the 600 Games channel, this seems to be the official developer. In fact, if I go on the About channel, or the About tab, maybe it says something more. Multiplayer game about, yes, I mean, clearly this was made by the developer. But he's got videos from years and years ago, which you can see were things like, you know, making traffic work, and obviously these elements were eventually implemented into the game that we know now, which is flashing lights. You can see the old logo right there. Let's just look at this because this is a bit of a newer video, but you can see the same menus where you can frisk, you can handcuff, and see if the player has any items on them. You can then go ahead and bring them into your vehicle, or you can uncuff them. Again, this is placeholder stuff. It's almost a year old now at this point. Or not a year old, but like 6, 7, 8 months old. Put them in the seat, go ahead and close the door on them. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and, bring them to the police station, which obviously each of the factions will, I'm sure, have some kind of building where they will bring out their vehicles. I don't know, it just seems like a good basis for a game. I don't know why it's not done already. Maybe this is not really an audience for it. Maybe it's very niche, but like just a multiplayer game with a decent open world, which this game is 3.5 by 3.5 kilometers open world. You'll see right here in the description at some point. There we go. Currently 3.5 by 3.5, which is a decent size, definitely, in which you can interact with other players in a roleplay manner and just, instigate crime or solve crimes kind of thing. Like, I think that's a really cool idea, which is underdone in the game development world, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Does this look interesting at all? I really don't know. It interests me. You can see at the bottom we've got things like the speed. You've got whether you've got your hazards on or not. I'm sure you can toggle your sirens on or off to go code 2, code 3, etc., etc. Go and grab the dude out. Let's go ahead and have a look at a bit more of a newer video, because I was just looking at these older videos for just because it's just random ones which I clicked on. But this one right here I have seen before as well. This is EMS, which this is a much newer video compared to one we just looked at a second ago. You can see you've been called to some kind of car crash. I'm sure this is just scripted for a video, but in this case, you can see he accesses the back and actually goes ahead and brings out the stroller or strider. I'm not sure what the word really is for it, but I don't know why he just opened that door. But when he opens it back here, he goes ahead and takes it out. So you can see, like, we've got items, we've got defibs, we've got a bunch of things in the back which they can take out, like even a car tire, so they can repair cars and stuff like that. Like, you can see what I mean about the good bases. It could just end up sucking. Like, I do think Identity's going to suck. In case anyone was wondering what I think about that game, I do think it's going to suck. It's coming out, like I said, I think end of April. But it's just very, very optimistic, you know, of like, oh yeah, hundreds of players per server, massive open world. This does seem like a lot simpler, a lot more simple assets, not like really detailed assets, which is good and bad. It means you can develop a lot quicker because you don't have to make these really highly detailed assets, but it still gets the job done, and you can still go ahead and, you know, do all this cool stuff here. Looks a bit dodgy, but it does the job. You can go ahead and bring your patient in the back of your ambulance, close the doors, and then bring them to the hospital. Don't forget the medical bag. Yeah, put that in the back as well. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Actually, I've never seen this hospital building before. I've never watched this video to this point, but there is indeed a hospital building, like I just said before. Most of the factions should have some kind of building. It looks like it's really, really simple right now. I'm not sure what the player's going to do here. But again, this was a while ago. I don't know when the game was officially being published by Excalibur Games. Obviously, it would have been at some point when its Kickstarter was established, because it is by Excalibur Games. But being, or having the backing of a decently sized publisher is definitely a big deal. You do really need that to, you know, fund your development and to ensure that the game isn't a bullshit scam. Having the backing of a reputable publisher, it's a big deal. Even though they aren't obviously developing it, it's this Nils guy from some Nordic country, I just forgot which one it is, but he does make regular videos on this. It's see right here, release date announcement, which is the first video I've seen, which is where they announced when the actual game was going to be coming out, which is of course May 20 something. I've honestly forgot it already. We could look at other stuff, like we can look at the Greenlight trailer as well, which there's a lot of assets I haven't actually seen in this thing right here. You can see a different police vehicle. This is actually a UK model, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure if all these are UK models. I don't think they were. And also, I've seen in the preview, there is actually this cool customization, weapons, the police department right here. This is actually really cool stuff that I've never seen before. For some reason, this is blurred out. It might be debug stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it looks cool. I just want to let you guys know about it and talk about it quickly, let you know what I think about it if you do know about it already. Flashing Lights coming out on May 18th, that's the one. If anyone does have alpha access to this game, you know, hit me up. I don't know if there's an NDA on it or anything, but I was declined for the alpha, which I was a bit heartbroken because I did spend some time applying for it. But you can go ahead and apply to this form right here, so you'll be kept up to date with information on it. But as soon as it is released, I will make at least one video on it and see whether it is worth those $15 or not. But honestly, if it doesn't have voice over IP, I don't think my interest is going to extend past one video. I do really, really hope that it does have this voice over IP feature, because otherwise I think they are really just cooking themselves in terms of the possibilities of this. I do believe that it is a Unity game, if I'm not mistaken. If we go down here, Control F Unity maybe. Yeah, so it looks like he was developing on Unity here, so I'm assuming it's a Unity game. And there is Unity games which have got really, really good voice over IP, like Rust. So it is, oh, this looks really cool. So it is definitely really possible to make the voice over IP work. I think having just text chat would really be, it would just be 10 times better with voice over IP. I don't know how many players we're going to expect per server. It is cool to see, even though this video is 2 years old now, that they do have things like you know, multiplayer physics implementations, which I'm sure are simplified to make them work decently in multiplayer with syncing, player chat, stuff like that. For some reason, it's in JJJ, which other, that's some kind of crazy Nordic language, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm going to have a link to all the information in the description if you want to check it out. I'm not sure what this is, assets. Oh, so this is 600, the guy who made this. I guess he sells some assets for roads and stuff like that just to make some money. Okay, so that's cool. So nothing too crazy. Like the Unity store is very modular, and it's a good place to get started if you don't really know what you're doing, because yeah, you can get a lot of help for that stuff. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two about the magical flashing lights. If you'd like to keep up to date with it, I don't know, just tell me in the comment section below, and I'll try to let you guys know any information which I do gain, I guess. I like I said, I emailed the developers and they didn't respond, or emailed the publishers but they didn't respond. But I'm hoping this other one should respond, and maybe I can get some early gameplay of it or something like that, so that way we can know what the game's like before even the official release, but I could be wrong. He still has been making regular development updates on the Steam page as well, so it is definitely worth looking at this, like seeing the bugs and stuff like that. And oh, actually this is all news to me as well. So yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Firehose is unlimited. When a fireman entered a truck, he would spawn a police officer in the driver's seat. The police officer would be sitting in a ridiculous position, and the player would be able to control both the truck and the on-foot fireman at the same time. Just straight up odd. So yeah, bugs have been identified. Hopefully get some really wonky shit sorted out before the official release date on May 18th. I don't know how I just forgot it again. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you thought it was terrible, drop a dislike. I just wanted to leave this unedited because honestly, what's the point of putting a bunch of editing into it when we could just go ahead and dibble-dabble on everything and get an exciting look at it. Honestly, I'm seeing some more screenshots right now. These are new to me and they're cool to see, honestly. Honestly. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. I really just want to keep on scrolling and just looking. We're not going to... Oh, there's a police... Oh, there's actually a police laptop. That's new. Dude, there's so much shit I don't even know about this game. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it looks fucking cool. Okay, if you know anything I don't know as well about this civilian stuff, because I think that's a big deal, let me know. But if not, I'll still try it out and maybe it'll be fun even if the civilians are AI. Maybe. Alright. Peace out, boys. Ooh, a map. Ooh. Ooh.